Hi, it's me, Pastor Eric, and I've got some big news and important details for you. This Sunday, October 25th at 11 a.m., we will be gathering outside for worship and our congregational business meeting right here in this space, the church patio. For this to happen, there are things required of you. Let's call them Pastor Eric's 11 commandments. Wear your face covering at all times, whether inside or outside. If you do not have a mask, one will be provided to you. Please dispose of your masks properly. Practice physical distancing at all times, 6 feet or more. No touching. Instead, wave at each other from a distance. People living in the same household will sit together in pods. Now, I recognize families living in different households may want to sit together, but in order to keep us all safe, I ask that you only sit with the people that live with you in your house. Provide at least a 6 feet distance between your pod and the next pod, preferably more if possible. Bring your own lawn chair if you have one to bring. There will be a few folding chairs made available for those who do not have a lawn chair. But you're strongly encouraged to bring your own lawn chair. There will be disinfecting wipes available for you to clean the chair before and after you use it. If you like to read along with Scripture and take notes, please bring your own Bible, notepads, and pens. I will print out some bulletins, but in an effort to reduce both paper waste and cost, I will not be printing out scripture or announcement inserts. Thus, if you have any announcements, place them in the appropriate basket on the welcome table, and either I or the worship leader will share them with the congregation at the end of the service. There will be no singing, but rather hymns and songs will be played over the sound system. If you know the song, feel free to hum along. But take the time to listen and reflect on the words and pray. If you have any joys, concerns, prayer requests, or praises, there will be a basket on the welcome table for you to place them in before the service begins. I will then go through them and share them with you in an email later in the day. During the time for the offering, rather than pass the plate, there will be a basket at the welcome table for you to place your offerings in. It will be brought forward by one of the ushers during the offering time. And if you need to use the restroom, please have your mask on. The restrooms are limited to 2 people at a time. Those are my commandments. Follow them, and we will keep each other safe. Now, for these outside services, rather than entering through the building, the gates to the play yard or church patio area will be open for you to enter through. On the side nearest the kitchen is a double gate for anyone needing wheelchair accessibility. There'll be a welcome table set up where you will sign in and receive your bulletin. At this welcome table, there'll be hand sanitizer, face covering should you have forgotten yours, although you really shouldn't, and there will be gloves available should you want them. I would like to ask that 2 people volunteer to clean the restrooms after the service and our business meeting. 1 person for the men's restroom, 1 person for the women's. I will ensure that there are cleaning supplies available for both restrooms and place them in their respective cabinets. Now, after our outdoor worship service, our congregational meeting will commence outdoors in this same space. led by our moderator, Bev Brandt. As per our usual CBMs, we'll hear reports from the pastor, the treasurer, various committees. Now, our committees this year have been whittled down to one person each due to the resignation of some board members, and that's okay. But I want you to pray and discern if God is calling you to serve on the board in these committees. I encourage you to pray and discern where and how God is calling you to serve the life of this congregation. Remember that we are all in this together. As we keep hearing, we are all in this together, and we must be the church that does God's work together, as a team, as a community, with each of us investing ourselves, our time, our energy, our resources into taking ownership in this congregation and taking initiative to see God working through us in this community and to help our congregation grow, to become that ray of light, that beacon of hope many around us are looking for. During our business meeting, we'll be voting on next year's budget, the pastor's salary and renewal agreement. We'll be touching on the split occurring in the Church of the Brethren. We'll discuss if it is time for our congregation to make the move to become a congregation that is open, affirming, and inclusive of all people. The director of the preschool, Shannon, has been invited to attend to share with the congregation how the preschool has been affected by COVID-19 and what they have done to remain open during this time. Shannon will answer any questions you may have for her pertaining to COVID. I recognize that the preschool is an area of tension for us. But I want to invite you, I want to encourage you to just remain positive, to remain supportive, rather than focus on the tensions and give in to that negativity, that toxicity. Let us set our personal feelings and opinions aside so we might seek the good of all of us, so we might seek God's will for this congregation and the preschool. We do this all for God's glory and our neighbor's good. See you Sunday. Namaste and shalom.